Yes, many thanks indeed for calling through. Great night ahead of you on this channel because I've got some really big news concerning Dundalk on Friday night. And we will be frying tonight on Friday night. Just as was last Friday when I gave you an 11 to 1 winner free, a 12 to 1 winner free, and a 25 to 1 into 9 to 1 each way free. This Friday could be even bigger, and I'll tell you all about those 4 horses I've got lined up in 4 handicaps. And all 4 have got exceptional chances and have all been got ready to land touches on Friday night. Well, I'll tell you all about that business in a moment, and it is business. Also, I've got 3 free bets for you. One at Punchestown over there in Ireland. That one's running tomorrow. That's my only bet in Ireland tomorrow, but I am very, very sweet on it, and I expect it to bring home the bacon and do the business. Also, one at Wolverhampton, which I'm going straight on the nose to win, been dropped in class, and I expect that one to do the business, although it's not won for some considerable time. Every dog has its day, as they say, and I'll be disappointed if that doesn't win. And then also at Nottingham, I've got one from the same stable as gave you a 20 to 1 each way second on Saturday night, and that's the Richard Hannon camp, which trained Owen Starlight on Saturday night, each way second at 20 to 1. So an interesting message to say the least coming up. So if you've got your pens and papers, be ready to act. As I say, 3 free bets coming up, a really big price one at Nottingham, and 2 very, very strong bets. One of them is a very powerful bet at Punchestown each way. Can't see that being out of the frame, but I can see it winning. And also one at Wolverhampton, I'm going straight on the nose to win, dropped in class, a very shrewd stable indeed. I expect that one to do the trick as well. Right, so a lot to look forward to, and I'll just tell you what we're doing on Friday, but we're doing it tonight. Let me tell you, we're frying tonight because world record, certainly the biggest record take-up of my pay bets is coming through loud and clear. Just yesterday, the day before, tipped another 6 to 1 into 4 to 1 winner in Ireland, which won a horse called Apologise, and another each way bet was landed at 5 to 1, 9 to 2. But the Apologise won at 6 to 1 into 4 to 1 for those people who played the Lucky 15 at Killarney. Now this Dundalk meeting, as anyone knows who's been following me on this line for any considerable time or not, has been absolutely breathtaking winners beyond belief. And last Friday, of course, I gave you 3 huge payouts. 11 to 1 winner, 12 to 1 winner, all free of charge, both free of charge, plus the double Pierre Lapin and Dragon Hill, and then a 25 to 1 third as well, or paid out each way, 25 into 9 to 1. So 3 bets, 3 payouts, and plus 120 to 1 double as well. Now, I'm going to better that because I've got 4 horses at Dundalk all running on Friday. I know what they are, I know what they're going to be, but I'm not releasing them until Thursday at 7 o'clock. However, you do have to register for them if you want them. It's the same deal, 4 for a tenner. If you want them, you're going to have to put your name down because we are inundated with people coming on board, wanting to get these bets. And not surprisingly, Dundalk is my biggest hunting ground for winners. I average SP is 10 to 1 and my strike rate is over 40% through the roof at that track. I've won more big money there than any other person breathing, no question about that. And this Friday we're going in again, but I'm going to release the bets on Thursday to everyone who's paid the tenner and got on board. So if you want to get on those 4, you do need to register and reserve your place. I'm going to limit how many I'm going to take because honestly it is bedlam, people trying to get on these bets because you know how strong they are. And last Friday I showed you once again what would happen, and I've got 4 for you lined up at Dundalk. We're taking bookings tonight and tomorrow, and that will be it. But you need to register your place because from Thursday it'll be deal done, and we're going to send the bets out on Thursday by email to you, and I'll also send them on PayPal as well. So you need to get on and register your place, pay the tenner, and also then you need to write afterwards to petersracingtips@gmail.com, quoting the word Dundalk, and then you're up for the cup. You're in for Thursday. 7 o'clock, you'll get the 4 bets sent to you, no problems at all, and then gives you all Thursday night and all Friday to get on. Racing's not until Friday night, of course. wow, it's going to be big, and I'm putting a real big chunk on myself, I tell you that, but I'm going to let you get on first. I won't back them till Friday myself, so you've got all Thursday night to get your prices. There will be an avalanche of money on, obviously. I mean, there are a lot of people taking advantage of these 4 for a tenner bets, and there are a lot of people backing my horses full stop. But I tell you, out of all the horses I ever give, and I have tipped an untold amount of winners, especially in Ireland, over there at Dundalk, it's just sheer record profits over and over and over again, unbeatable. And these are 4 for a 10. It just works out at £2.50 a slot, you know, and you can have your doubles, trebles, lucky 15, whatever you want to do. So click the link below and follow the instructions. Pay your tenner, or you can pay by bank to bank, and then email the address which is below. And then we'll know we can match them up together, and then you're on. And we'll send the emails out to you on Thursday night. You've got them all with the 4 horses of the apocalypse for Dundalk on that seaside shuffle there, the sand. Exciting. Get yourselves on board and invest in those 4 very, very powerful bets. Be disappointed if we don't connect. We had it bang off last Friday night, and I expect more the same this Friday. To try and beat an 11 to 1 and 12 to 1 and 25 to 1 is quite something, isn't it? But I shall be doing all I can to do just that. Let me take you straight away to Punchestown, can I? For tomorrow, that one, I've got one here which I think has got an exceptional chance, and I'll be disappointed if it doesn't win. It's running over 2.5 miles. Excuse me, which is a perfect trip for this horse. It's number 13 on your card. It's called Music of Tara, trained by Henry de Bromhead and ridden by Rachel Blackmore. As I say, this mare is stepping up in trip from 2 miles up to the 2.5, and looks absolutely pitch perfect. She's running in a handicap for the first time off a mark of 112, and I've got this horse well clear of the assessor's vote there. I think she's a real handicap good thing, especially stepping up in trip. The handicap has not got much to work with, to be honest with you, and only ran 4 times, cost a lot of money, 130,000 to be running in a race like this. And I honestly think this horse has got a wonderful opportunity of winning. Rachel's taking them out. Rachel Blackmore, of course, for her governor, Henry de Bromhead, and it looks something to really get your teeth into. The first prices have just come out on the odds checker, 11 to 2, 5 to 1. They're paying out first 4 as well, so it's hard to see how she's not going to be in the frame on Music of Terror. As I say, she's stepping up to exactly what she needs, 2.5 miles. She had a bit of a sighting mission last time up, although it went off at 2 to 1. 4 to 11 at Kilbeggan, over 2 miles, but hadn't ran for about 5-6 months. Spot on now. I think she'll take the world of beating. Music of Tara, 3:20 at Punchestown. Okay, so that's your first bet of the day for Wednesday. The second bet runs at Wolverhampton. Then I want to give you this Richard Hannon horse, which is a real big price at Nottingham. As I say, I give you a big one, 20 to 1 from him on Saturday night. And this is from the same guy who's told me that one. And well, actually, it's a lady who told me that one, and she's pretty special, pretty sharp, and she expects another big run. So I'll pass that on to you in just 1 second. Go to Wolverhampton then in the 5 o'clock, and number 1 here is called Mancini. Trained by Ian Williams, ridden by young Ben Sanderson, who's rode this horse a couple of times in the past. And I think this Chestnut Golding should be more than good enough to take this 0 to 70 race. It's round about 3 to 1, 7 or 2 to your money. Dropping down to a 0 to 70 should do the trick. Over 2 miles as well, stepping up in trip. Looks to have all the aces here and covering all the bases. Number 1, Mancini. I'm very sweet on it indeed. As I say, it's dropped in class, going up in trip, down in weights to 71 from 72, and looks to have a wonderful chance. Even though it's not won for a long time, every dog has its day, and I think Ian Williams is desperate to get a win out this horse, and hopefully can do that. It hasn't won since the 21st of July, 2 years ago, and that day when it won there, it won off a mark of 91, so it's £20 lower than when it won, £20 lower than when it's won. So there we go, and it's running in a 0 to 70, so you'd think Mancini will be good enough to do the trick, and I'm all over it like a rash, I really am. And that day it won, by the way, that Mancini, it raced in a 0 to 100 race, 0 to 100, I know it's on turf, but the class of opposition was 0 to 100, and now it's going in a 0 to 70 on the all-weather at Wolverhampton, off 20 spots lower. So, I mean, it stands out like a beacon. Number 1, Mancini. It's the second bet of the day. And it's Tuesday night. And we're frying for Wednesday's action. Frying tonight for Wednesday's action. One more to give you then. And that runs at the meeting at Nottingham. A very interesting race, and I need to explain this to you, this race, because I have had a really good message for these horses in this race. The 255 race it is. Let me just tell you once more, if you want to register your place and get on these 4 Dundalks, it'll all be closing soon enough, so you need to register your place. Get stuck in. We'll put you in the list, the email list. You'll be registered and you'll be ready to go on Thursday night. The 4 bets will be with you by PayPal and email. But you have to email the email below my website, and then we can put you in the slot, and we can put you in, and you'll be in the bulk when we send them all together, and you'll all be on at the same time, and everyone's got the same chance of getting the bets then. So don't forget, petersracingtips at gmail.com is where you need to write, but it's all below for you all listed. To pay by PayPal a tenner, you've got the 4 bets, and they're for 4 for Dundalk. Okay, on Friday, but they're going to go out on Thursday night. I think I've explained it. It's pretty straightforward, but just for anyone who's a little bit confused, we are taking advanced bookings on this because there are literally, I can't tell you how many, because there is an awful lot of people. There's 2,000 people calling the line, so you can imagine how many people want these bets for a tenner, knowing that there's 120 to 1 double last week and a 25 to 1 each way. So help yourself. Right, now then, the 255 at Nottingham on Wednesday. There's 2 horses in this, both trained by Hannon the Cannon, Richard Hannon, and one ridden by Atzini, one ridden by Dobbs, and they're both very strongly fancied for different reasons. I can't go into it. All I can tell you is it's hard to pick this. They're both lovely fillies, and I think one of them will probably win it. And it's hard to separate them. So I'm backing them both. Lavender Beauty, number 3. That's number 3. Lavender Beauty, number 3. 10 to 1 at the moment, bit of 12s around, 10 to 1, 12 to 1. And the other one's number 4, Beautiful Star, written by Andre Atzini. There are 2 really lovely fillies. They're both working really well from what I can gather, and it's inseparable. They could come home 1-2, these 2. They really are very, very, very nice horses indeed. They're both fit, they're both ready to go, and they're both going to be okay on the ground, and they're both going to be okay at the trip. They're ready. It's in a grade 5, 0 to 70. It's not a great race. I've had nothing else positive in the race, and they're both big prices, 12s and 14s. So I'm going to back them both each way, and I'll be disappointed if we don't get a payout, that's for sure. So just repeat that. The 2 horses, both trained by Hannon, number 3, Lavender Beauty, and number 4, Beautiful Star, both each way. As I say, I'll give you a big each way of his on Saturday night with Oa Starlight, which came in second at 20 to 1, and these are not far off that, both 12s and 14s, and both as strongly fancied as that, if not more. So there we go, the 2 nice fillies in a race which is very winnable, and I'll be disappointed if they don't do just that. Well, that's it. It's going to be a big night on Friday night, but before that we've got to set the bookings, and we've got to get them all in the list, and we've got to get this sheet ready, and we've got to make sure that the bookies are take a hell of a beating once again. Friday night is Dundalk night. Last week I really belted them hard. I don't want to do it all over again, but even more. Register below, get stuck in, 4 for a tenner, click on the PayPal or pay bank to bank, and then write to petersracingtips at gmail.com. I'll be back with you, God willing, on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Come on, let's make some money.